Alright, I admit it. I look at Pokemon leaks. That way I can plan out what videos I want to make ahead of time and have them ready to post not too long after the game or its DLC or whatever comes out. Some of these videos take months, but when the leaks said Mega Staraptor, I thought nothing of it. Like, cool. No idea what they could even do. Like, even Mega Pidgeot, the other regional bird Mega, is kind of not much. It gets a cool new hairdo to reference some Egyptian pharaoh hats. That's it. Sure. But then, when I actually got to the Mega Staraptor boss battle in Mega Dimension... So I kind of love it, and now I've had the time to sit down and research it a bit. Was my initial hunch on the right path?
It's a bird, it's a bird, it's a bird, and now it's a much bigger bird. Whoa, it's like a pirate. The pirate's coat and the feather hat.
Or shall I walk the plank? Let's find out. I made a mistake as a kid that still hurts. I was collecting Pokemon cards back in the Jungle Fossil original set days, and I have no idea where my binder went, but probably a landfill. And yes, I even had that Charizard, but given my eclectic tastes even at age 5, my favorite was the Golbat. But now it's gone too! Which is why I like what today's sponsor, Arena Club, is doing. They let you collect real graded Pokemon cards instantly. They are authenticated, protected, and displayed beautifully, so no more of this! And the best part, you can trade, sell, or even accept instant market value offers right inside the marketplace. So, let's go test it.
Okay, the moment of truth. Kingdra. Oh, the art is gorgeous.
I really appreciate that their checklist system shows exactly what's inside each pack, so you're not just guessing blindly. If you've been thinking about getting back into collecting or starting for the first time, this is probably the easiest way to do it. And right now, you can get 20% off your first card or slab pack purchase at arenaclub.com/Lockstin by using the code Lockstin. Don't wait, this is the next era of TCG collecting. Huge thanks to Arena Club for supporting this channel. In this video, I'm going to focus on just the Mega here. For all the details about the main bird line, you can check out their video here. But the important part from said video is that Staraptor pulls primarily from the Harpy and long-crested eagles, only with those extra feathers pointing forward rather than backwards. Kind of like an emo hairstyle from the mid-2000s, which is also when this Pokemon first came out. So, I guess, yeah, it was cutting-edge cool at the time. Maybe that phrasing was in bad taste. But now as a Mega, it seems more thematic of something. But what? Let's go along with that pirate bird idea. Plenty of birds already have pirate associations. I mean, look at the real bird that inspired the Pokemon Kilowattrel, the frigate bird, aka the pirate bird. Despite being seabirds, they can't swim, so they have to steal 100% of their food from other bird species that do the fishing. And that's just one example of bird piracy. But then, pirates, of course, have their own association with birds. Not only do they ride the winds with their sail-powered ships, but captains are often portrayed with bird companions. Parrots, most often, thanks to popular media, but other birds, like trained birds of prey, like falcons, aren't unheard of. Plus, consider how their ships have bird associations too. What with the crow's nest, the gooseneck, the pelican hook, duck. The sides of the ship are called port and starboard. Staraptor. Star stretch, kinda. This Pokemon is alright. There's something about vultures too. One Piece, Tailspin Marvel, and Donkey Kong all have vulture pirates. Perhaps because their ugly heads resemble the faces that hard life at sea pirates often develop. And they're scavengers. But Staraptor is a raptor, a big bird of prey, and now with the look of your stereotypical pirate captain. The extra big feathers under Mega Staraptor's face, big pirate beard. and the now much longer plumes of feathers on the sides of its head pairs with the emo bangs to form a tricorn of sorts. Yeah, also very befitting of a pirate. The vertical feathers on its head then are reminiscent of the feathers and plumes often adorning the hat of the captain, and possibly the red bandana that's often worn under various pirate hats, as it does dangle and get in your face sometimes, leading to that classic hair swoosh movement that we see Staraptor make all the time. Same with good old emo boys. Pirate captains also stereotypically wear their coats, which is probably good because it gets cold out at sea. They're called frock or sea coats, which had decorative bands and buttons along their front opening, and the back trenchcoaty opening, and often on their sleeves. These translate well to the yellow bands on Mega Staraptor's back and wings, especially when it's on the ground and its wings are all folded up. I'm done with the accent. But this also makes the now extra fluffy white feathers on its torso befitting of the puffy white shirts, scarves, or ruffled cravats often accompanying this coat. No mean-looking pirate captain is complete without missing teeth or a scar on their face though, so here Mega Staraptor gets a chunk taken out of its beak. And it is now much, much more menacing, especially with those menacing eyes. It's akin to the red-eyed variant of the Jolly Roger flag. There are many different pirate flags throughout history, but the majority of them were primarily black with white bones and things. And when the message of this flag needed to be intensified, red was added. This is the flag Blackbeard used, for instance. The reason the red intensifies the message is because black and red flags were symbols for the intent of those on the ship. The black being the default in a way. We are the pirates who do lots of mean things. But then the red adds the meaning no quarter given, meaning they do not intend to show mercy for anyone for any reason. Anyone opposing the boat or port town was to be slain. Women, children, prisoners. So red on a Jolly Roger came to be much more intimidating, like how Mega Staraptor is certainly more intimidating, especially with its all-new fighting type. A well-trained pirate crew needs to be strong, able to push and load both cargo and cannons. They need to be deft with a blade. No pirate movie is complete without a sword fight. Plenty of fighting types get their type due to skill with a blade, implied or otherwise. So, yeah, there you go. But to add the hairs in my eyes, ow! Ow. But technically, the sword is optional, but a fighting type pirate with this haircut, that reminds me of Maxi from Soul Calibur.
You messed up my hair.
One of the most skilled fighters in the game canonically, and a pirate with the same dangly hair. Come to think of it, Cervantes from the same series is not only another pirate, but one with the same black eyes that glow red, at least in his original design. Perhaps it's just a menacing color combo. Anyone with spooky glowing eyes would be intimidating, because, like, how are they glowing? That has to be from a supernatural curse, right? Those are very common for pirates, thus that aspect also having pirate connections. Pirates were famously very superstitious, and had some weird traditions and stories as a result. Most tales of sea monsters and mythic beasts spread through word of mouth through sailors, and many came to believe them, which brings to mind our last point. According to the Pokédex, Mega Staraptor is a top-class flyer. It can easily soar through the sky while gripping a Steelix that weighs more than 880 pounds. That's a lot of weight to carry in the air, but you'll also notice that upon Mega evolving, Staraptor's height and weight double. It's a big bird. And in the world of mythology, there's one giant bird that has some associations with pirates. It can be pronounced many different ways. Rook, rock, rook, ruck. Just depends on where you happen to be at the time. But even in its sources, little is defined about this bird, other than the fact that it's large enough to snack on elephants or lift a large ship out of the water the same way an eagle does a fish. But one of the most well-known interactions with the Rook comes from the tales of Sinbad the Pirate. They found its nest on an island, broke the egg, and in turn, the rook ate the entire pirate crew. Aside from Sinbad himself, of course, who lived to spread the tale. Famed explorer Marco Polo is even said to have seen them off the coast of Madagascar, and Ibn Battuta, an even more traveled explorer, documented it in the China Sea, which is especially notable. Remember, despite what most pirate media in the West covers, the golden age of piracy was not just around the Caribbean. The waters in the Indian Ocean and China Seas saw even more pirate activity. But to not fall down another tangentially related rabbit hole, we'll end there. Mega Staraptor is a rookie pirate captain. Thanks for watching. Never stop using your Gnoggin.